Our mission and what we've been able to accomplish is combining technology with the human experts and making cost reduction effortless for our clients. Today, we're going to discuss TransImpact and specifically our Parcel Spend Management Suite. My name is Jay Yoakley. I'm our Vice President of Sales, and I'm excited to take you on this journey about the offerings we have for all of our clients in the parcel world. Over the last 15 years, we've pioneered the parcel contract negotiation industry, saving our clients over $1 billion in hard dollar savings to date. Our data-driven processes find savings for 100% of shippers. Out of those analyses that we perform, 85% find savings on an annual basis of 15 to upwards of 40%. The other 15%, we still find savings, but we validate to these companies that they already have a relatively strong carrier agreement in place. Now is not the time to do anything about it. Let's see if we can bring value in other areas, and when the time is right, let's move forward. 9-time Inc. 5000 award winner, over 200 employees to date, and 1,200 plus customers that trust us. Being an industry agnostic firm, we're blessed to be able to work with companies from every vertical. Simply put, if you're a high volume FedEx or UPS shipper and you're spending at least $300,000 a year, we can help. You can see some of the companies that have trusted us and still trust us today to optimize their rates, to maximize their savings, to give them visibility to their spend, to make them become a smarter shipper. And we're proud of these relationships. At the core of TransImpact, relationships are what bring out a fruitful partnership and allow us to continue delivering the customer service and the value that we've promised to those that have allowed us to assist them. So now let's take a deeper dive into our product portfolio. And let's start with what we're arguably most recognized and known for, parcel contract negotiation. The process all starts with an upfront comprehensive analysis. The manner in which this is conducted through Titan Analytics, a one-of-a-kind software in the industry today that we've invested multi-seven figures into, built on the model of the pricing engine of the carriers, on their profitability metrics and their operating ratios. Our team of analysts and contract engineers takes in the data from the invoice portal for our clients directly from the carrier sites, ingest it directly into Titan Analytics. Titan then reverse engineers through the algorithms based on those profitability metrics exactly how much money the carrier is making on every package specific to that client's shipping DNA and package characteristics. So what Titan Analytics enables us to do is determine what is the best-in-class agreement that is achievable and available for that particular customer specific to them in the marketplace today. The analysis is at no cost and no obligation. We provide this upfront to the companies that we engage with to validate whether or not there is an opportunity to work together. We are compensated on savings, so there must be adequate savings in order for us to engage with the company. And remember, 100% of the analysis that we perform, we always find savings. However, 85% is substantial savings to the tune of 15 to 40%. In fact, our average right now across our entire client base on an annual net reduction is 19.8%. The analysis is inclusive of all discounts and applicable surcharges, ground commercial, ground residential, any international volume tied to that agreement, all domestic air, and arguably and probably most important, the accessorial and surcharges where carriers make 40% of their profits. Rate caps, rebates, minimum commitments, seasonality, it's all factored in. Our job is to ensure that we have analyzed the client's specific shipping DNA and pricing metrics for their business, and we have applied that to what we know is market appropriate, and then we come back and deliver that to 0.1% in savings, guaranteed. The amount of time that it takes somebody to give us what we need to run that initial analysis is less than 5 minutes. All of the studies that we conduct come from the invoice data that is directly extracted into Titan Analytics out of the carrier invoice portals of our clients. They simply provide us the login credentials. Our team accesses that data, and then we have that analysis turned around in front of our client in 48 to 72 hours. Now, one thing that's key to remember here is that contract discounts and effective discounts are two different things. The physical paper of a pricing agreement with the carrier is going to list out all the T's and C's, the discounts, the minimums, and any other type of specific language, whether it be minimum commitments, early termination language, rebate information, rate cap information, etc., on that piece of paper. However, what that paper states is rarely ever what you actually receive. Our analysis through the invoice data is performed on what the client's actually receiving from the carrier. The carriers are really good at telling a company that they're going to get certain discounts in certain lanes, but they know they're never going to achieve it. For example, the impact of minimums. If you have a $10 package, ground commercial, weight break 1 to 5 pounds, and you have a 50% discount in this lane, well, naturally, you would think that's a $5 package at 50% off of $10. That's not the case. Depending on what your minimum is on that service lane in that 1 to 5 pound bucket of ground commercial, if you have a $9 minimum, you're paying $9 for that package and you're only realizing a fraction of that 50% discount. The very next step for us is to have a strategy meeting with our client, which I like to call the meeting of the minds. This is our pre-negotiation client preparatory meeting where our team will go on site with that client and we're going to sit down and we're going to learn all of the things we need to know in order to put together the optimal negotiation strategy. Those questions could consist of chain of command inside that company, any new decision makers, current vendor relationship with the carrier, historical relationship with the carrier, new products on the horizon, projected growth, historical growth, a variety of different lanes that we go down to ensure that we have gathered all of the intel and we craft, cater, and create a specific negotiation strategy for that company. We don't do cookie cutter templates. We don't duplicate strategies. Everything we do is specific to the client. You have to remember, we know what's market appropriate for every company. Knowing what's market appropriate is just a piece of the puzzle. That's the science to it. We've mastered that. The art is knowing how to achieve it, how to operate within the four walls of the carriers, what levers to pull, when to pull them, how to pull them. That's the value that we're bringing to our client. From the moment we kick off the initial correspondence to that carrier, we are behind the scenes the entire way, lockstep with our client, right next to them, ensuring that we're handling all the heavy lifting for them. So we keep them as the face, preserving that relationship and maximizing the savings. So companies can expect that when they partner with TransImpact to allow us to assist them in this negotiation, not only are they maximizing savings to the optimal level and pushing the carrier to the brink of profitability and getting all that extra profit and margin back to their bottom line, but they're also going to realize it in 5 weeks' time. And again, that's keeping them as the liaison and the face to the carrier. We're simply providing the correspondence. They're taking that, sending it to the carrier. They get a response back from the carrier. They send it to us. We'll value that proposal, identify any shortfalls down to the penny, educate and show our client exactly what we've achieved, where we've achieved it, what's left to capture, provide that correspondence to go back. And when we get that next offer, we validate it. It may take 1 round to get everything we ask for. It may take 2 rounds, or it may take 3 rounds. But we still accomplish this in the 5-week time frame on average. Once we've stamped everything that we've asked for, we've hit our savings target and our projected goal, we give our client the green light to sign that new agreement, and then that very next Monday, the rates go live and they start realizing those savings. Now, along with the discounts and the minimums, which are vital to generate the savings, you have to ensure that we protect those new discounts and minimums. So we're also ensuring that the client is in the proper tier with room to grow with incentive, also not in jeopardy of falling out of that tier that's going to negatively impact the discounts that they're going to receive. We ensure that there's no minimum commitment language that's going to jeopardize the client's ability to earn those discounts, no strict early termination language, no teeth or smoke and mirrors in the agreement that's going to tell the client one thing but result in another. Our job is to completely re-engineer this agreement for our client. We are very keen on transparency and accountability. So every single week, we send a report card, is what I like to call it, but it's our invoice. And we invoice weekly because we mirror the cadence of the carrier, who also invoice weekly. So what you're seeing here is an example of what our clients receive every week from us. And these invoices are going to list out line by line, every service level that we've negotiated, improving the below market rates to at market and maintaining any rates they previously had that were already at market. So we ensure we do not take our clients backwards in any form or fashion. We are only improving what we know is below market in that agreement, taking a sniper approach through our negotiation. So again, line by line, they can reconcile not only how much they're saving, but where they're saving it every single week. The negotiation is where a lot of the value is delivered in this partnership. In fact, when we're talking about the initial savings, it's all delivered through that initial negotiation. We help our clients negotiate 3-year agreements with the carrier. That's standard in the parcel industry, 156 weeks. Our partnerships mirror that time frame of 156 weeks. We're doing a multitude of things behind the scenes. First thing that we're doing every week, we're pulling that invoice data down directly into Titan Analytics. We are running a complete contract compliance report to ensure that the carrier has honored what we have negotiated for our client. If the carrier makes mistakes, our system catches that, flags it, monetizes the impact of that billing discrepancy. We notify our client immediately, provide correspondence for them to go back to the carrier and get that reconciled in the form of a credit or of a rebate. Once we've run that compliance, we've validated the savings, we're also doing a new analysis to determine if there's additional savings opportunities. Our promise to our clients is that if there's ever a time in our 3-year partnership where there's an opportunity for us to go achieve additional savings to what we have captured in our initial negotiation, we're proactively coming forth to our customers to notify them of the opportunity. For example, if a customer's spend begins to increase, their business is growing, which is great, that may mean that at some point in time, we're going to be able to go back and ask for additional improvements to that agreement based upon that increased volume that's going to drive further savings to their bottom line. If the market changes, we're factoring that in, performing that analysis, going back to our clients proactively and saying, Mr. Customer, just like we promised you, we're 12 months into our 3-year agreement. There's been substantial changes with your business or with the market. There's an additional savings opportunity in these specific areas that's going to project to this amount of savings annually down to the penny. Let's go capture it together, all part of our partnership to them. So our clients don't have to live and breathe their data. They have us that's living and breathing it for them. So they can stay focused on all the other things they have going on and trust that TransImpact, who's an extension of their supply chain team, specifically their small parcel experts, is going to bring it to them when it's time to do something about it. Now, outside of the additional savings and the contract compliance and the savings measurement every single week, everybody is aware that peak season surcharges come every single year, general rate increases come every single year, and they continue to increase year over year over year. These are very difficult to track and to determine the true financial impact of. We provide very comprehensive reports during peak season and the GRI that shows that specific company, what the carrier has announced, and what it means for their business. Now, once we've optimized the rates for a company and we've solidified that first pillar through our Parcel Contract Negotiation service, the next component comes in as Parcel Spend Intelligence. And this is where companies can gain access to data and visibility into that spend that we have just lowered through our negotiation that's going to allow them to become a data-driven decision-making company through our tool. The tool exposes optimization points, areas where they can clean up efficiencies to eliminate unnecessary cost expenditures. It's all provided in a clean dashboard format so that within 3 to 5 clicks, a company can drill down and identify areas where they can continue to generate cost reduction to their bottom line and create a greater customer satisfaction as the end result of all their products going out the door. Inclusive of Parcel Spend Intelligence is the post-audit recovery service, where our technology is filing for refunds on behalf of our clients so they don't have to lift a finger. Late deliveries, inapplicable surcharges, labels that are manifested but not shipped, recurring address corrections. These are things that our technology is handling for our customers so they don't have to take on the mundane task of sifting through 250 columns of data per package, per invoice, to try to find opportunities to get a refund from the carrier. The next pillar, Parcel Margin Analysis. This is where we're maximizing profitability for our customers. Parcel margin analysis is going to take transportation cost data out of PSI, Parcel Spend Intelligence, along with all their sales and orders data, cost of goods sold, and it's going to combine that data together into one clean data source that now companies can drill down with a click of a button and see the profit margin on every product going out the door, which allows them to then strategically determine how to price their products, which manufacturers to purchase from, how to negotiate those prices, what to charge for shipping. End result is that we're lowering spend through our negotiation service to ensure that we're maximizing savings. We're giving visibility into that spend to ensure we're continuously driving further cost reduction through making them more efficient. And then we're determining what the true product margin is on all of those packages leaving so that we're maximizing profitability of every company that we work with. Parcel Cost Variance is an add-on feature to Parcel Spend Intelligence. It's very powerful. The expected cost of a package is never the actual cost of a package. Parcel Cost Variance can take that manifest data, combine it with Parcel Spend Intelligence transportation cost data, and it'll show companies exactly what they expected the cost to be versus what the actual cost was of that package to allow them to make adjustments and plan accordingly for future packages on those reoccurring shipments. So to summarize, Parcel Contract Negotiation. Total negotiation takes average of 5 weeks. Total amount of time over that 5 weeks, 3 hours from the client. First step is running a complimentary analysis, no cost, no obligation, technology-driven through Titan Analytics, the only re-rating engine of its kind in the industry. We communicate savings down to the penny and have the results back in front of our client within 48 to 72 hours to tell them exactly what the opportunity is. When we find savings that are substantial for us to move forward, we kick off that negotiation, as I mentioned, and then after that 5-week period that the agreement is signed and implemented, we're there as an extension of their team week in and week out for that full 3 years, monitoring those savings, auditing those rates, looking for additional savings opportunities, providing the comprehensive reports on peak seasons and GRIs, and providing a client success team to give them dedicated account management for an on-need basis, for business reviews, for one-off analyses. One thing that is true in the parcel industry that will hopefully not always remain true, thanks to people like TransImpact, is that the costs that are expected are never what they actually are. Contract discounts versus effective discounts, expected cost versus actual cost. This is an ever-going issue that we are here, again, to advocate for transparency so that companies can now have access to this information and utilize this information to make better business decisions that, as a result, maximize savings directly to the bottom line, give visibility into that spend that will increase the savings as well and create a greater customer satisfaction rate and maximize profitability. So at the end of the day, our job is to deliver a value to our client that can't be matched. We are the only technology-driven business intelligence firm in our space, conquering the parcel spend management market and conquering the supply chain optimization market as well.